Değerli arkadaşlar, seminerlerin ikinci gününe hepiniz hoş geldiniz.
Thank you.
Bugünkü seminerimizde MLADENOV, Peirce'ın kategorileri ve zemin ve onun bazı triadik kavramları üzerinde konuşacak. Buyurun İvan Hocam.
May I have the pointer, please?
Pointer. Tamam.
Yes.
Please.
Thank you. Maybe you can see it like that a little bit. So today here are only those people who was most courageous since yesterday. Yesterday I realized it was like running a marathon. Everybody was exhausted at the end and everybody was tensed. We were talking about one of the most complicated philosophers in the world right now. Very complex and very complicated. So I don't know whether there will be a little bit more people or not. Never mind, those of you who stayed, I ask you to participate. That's the key word. My friend Mustafa invited me not on me here for these days to lecture only. He said these are seminars. My understanding of a seminar is that everybody after the seminars has to learn whatever I am teaching. So in order to learn, the most important part after me talking is that you repeat and confirm and interpret what you have learned. So today we will have exam of what we did yesterday. So those people who skipped the first minutes will not have an exam. They are not lucky, they are unlucky because you will learn, not they. So we start with this. What did we generally talk yesterday about? What? And I said, generally it is about semiotics. Semiotics. We haven't talked about semiotics yesterday. We didn't.
Peirce idea and categories we learned.
That's true. But generally, the general topic is about semiotics and conceptualizing categories. So what we learned yesterday, we started with Charles Peirce. Both of us, Mustafa and me, we talked first about Charles Peirce. The most important question to all of you was, why? Why Charles Peirce? Why we bother talking about Charles Peirce? Why not Hegel? Why not Kant? Why not Kierkegaard? Why not some other philosopher? Today's very important is Gilles Deleuze, Guattari, Gilles Deleuze and Guattari. Why not Derrida? Why not Umberto Eco? Why not all of those philosophers, but Charles Peirce? This was my first explanation. Just a second. My first explanation why. Then we have talked about a lot about category without finishing the subject. Categories. Charles Peirce's categories. So it is not talked. On the contrary, we talked a lot about categories. important things about categories, please. You have to tell me some important things on categories, important issues or topics on categories. Categories. Then, in order to explain this, in order to explain all this, we gave a lot of context of time, Gilded Age, epoch, whatever. Why? Why did we talk about context? This was the first part of our talk. Now, you should not hide yourself. If you say even one sentence, it will be more useful if you simply say, I don't know, I can't talk English. No, everybody can. Everybody can. You can say something. When you say something, you will memorize it forever. So this is the goal of any stress test. It is not because I'm asking you because I know more. That would be very stupid. It would be because of you. I am here because of you. If you learn something, my task will be done. And let me tell you, I'm talking like this on purpose. When I was like you, this age, I was in the United States because of Charles Peirce, of course, and I took part in a huge conference in Chicago. And I wanted the opposite as you are. You're shy. I wanted to do good impression. I knew already some things about Peirce. And I said, I want to say something. And I start talking and talking and talking. And after that, there was a lady which was, let's say, my age. She took me and said, her name was Roberta Kevelson. She died. She was a law semiotician, semiotics of law. She took me and she said, young man, you should not do that. Give the audience the appetizer, and if the audience asks you for the main course, your job is done. They will find their way. I hope you understand what I've said. Give the audience, the people, the appetizer, something very small, and if they like it, they will ask what is the main dish, what is there for lunch, for example. They will find their way to do this. So now it is only your turn. We will talk a little bit. You must talk. Just never mind language barrier. Say something because you have heard me. It is yesterday you have heard what you were here. So you know. Just say what you have learned yesterday. And then never mind how naive or knowledgeable it is, we will make a good thing of it. Just say it. If you want me, I can stay like this, not watching you when you're talking. So who would like to start and say from here? Why Charles Peirce? What is the categories? And whatever we talked yesterday. Who wants to say something? Yes, again your name.
My name is Erdem.
Aden, I know it, but I want it that everybody. Aden. Erdem. Okay. Say, thank you.
Can I answer just first question?
You can do whatever you wish. Everybody can whatever they want. But on the topic from yesterday.
Okay. It's a short answer. I remember he's a genius and a holistic philosopher.
Holistic philosopher is important. Can you please say what this means?
This means he's interested in a lot of things, not for just specific topic.
Right.
He was interested in a lot
Absolutely
of things,
true, yes.
so he's important.
That's it. Thank you. Done. Someone else, please. Raise your hands. Me. Where they came from and where? Behind me? That's very, very cool. Can you say something? Don't be afraid. Say. What do you remember from yesterday's talk?
I remember yesterday Peirce changeable world, holistic idea, and different images.
Okay, don't be shy. Say it. That's good. Start. Go on. Okay. Blah blah is good also. Vildan, do you have something to say?
Benim aklımda, hocam ben Türkçe söyleyebilir miyim?
Söyle.
Yeah, it's possible also that you translate.
Hocam dün bahsetmişti ki hocam benim birazcık 12 yaşındayken abisinin bir tane odasında bir kitap bulmuş, sanırım o da mantıkla alakalıymış. Bir günde onu hemen bitirmiş. Peirce. Daha
First, when I was 20 years old, he found a book,
Logic.
Brothers.
Very good, very good.
Brothers,
His brother's book when he was 12 years old. That's true.
About logic.
Logic. That's true.
He read one day
That's true.
this.
hocam kategorilerden bahsetmişti. Aynı zamanda
You explain categories.
Mhm.
Aynı zamanda da hocam bu düşünmenin, kavramsallaştırmanın bazı şeylere insanın potansiyelinin önceden his ve duygu gibi potansiyele sahip olması gerektiğini söylemişti. Ben de bilmiyorum
She
ama
remember conceptualize, concept of concept, and
potansiyel hocam his ve
potentiality.
duygu gibi doğuştan gelen bir şey mi? Mesela dahi zeki insanlar Peirce gibi. Yani doğuştan
She
potansiyel oluyor.
ask you is a potential is a
Coming from birth.
coming from birth.
From
Birth.
birth.
Yani potansiyel is a genius.
Coming to birth.
Genius or is something to learnable.
Okay.
She is wonder.
Now I must answer, but I'm not sure I understand the question. Can you say something? No, even in Turkish. Even in Turkish. Excuse me, you, my compatriot, almost. Can you say something?
Okay.
You can say it also in Turkish, but your English is good enough. Yeah. Please, of course. Take all the other 20 people with you.
Yesterday, I shot on Peirce's producing character. More than 120,000
Pages.
euros.
Right.
It looked unbelievable to me.
But it
With
is
the
still
full
true.
meaning. With the full meaning. Unbelievable, fantastic, and it shows us he has a great prodigy.
Absolutely.
And I realized we have privilege to try to understand him.
Yes.
It's a privilege for me.
Right. Thank you very much, Aidan. Thank you. This was very good. So see, it is like in the first grade. We are like in the first. Words after words, they will come. Tomorrow there are more. The day after tomorrow, more and more and more. And when you get together among you, you will talk much more than before me. I know that I kind of surpass you, but that's not good. But anyway,
I have
what?
I am me.
Ah, you. Yes, thank you.
Could you ask me when I learned?
You're a teacher. Why should I ask you?
No teacher, I am a student.
Ah, fine.
Hello. Good morning.
Got out. You're late.
Traffic.
Traffic. Excuses. All the time excuses. Yeah. Reyhan and Tuna, we are making exam. That's why you're late. Everybody has already says something and they pass the exam.
Okay.
Now it's your turn, but after your father. Your father has, he has an exam also now at the moment.
We have learned yesterday that Peirce is a founder of semiotic. Peirce is a founder of pragmatic. Peirce is a founder of individualism, American individualism. And Peirce is the most important study about categories. And Peirce, from basic concept Peirce, we learned the basic concepts of Peirce. For example, firstness, secondness, thirdness. I don't know.
Yes. Wonderful. Wonderful. You passed. You're the first one who passed. Aidan is the second. You're the third. You're pending. I need some more answers from you. And you failed. You both are failed.
Why?
Because you didn't say a word.
I didn't say anything.
So, for you too, in my understanding, a person understands something from whatever if he or she answers some questions. I mean, if he or she goes through something like an exam. And I said that yesterday was very stressful. I'm aware of that. But you have to, with this series of seminars, you will go up very high. Charles Peirce is a very high role. If we start to understand something about Charles Peirce, you'll be very high intellectual people. You will gain a first degree knowledge. And I started with the questions we learned yesterday. So I started to ask, we are here on seminars, not lectures, about semiotics generally. And I started with Charles Peirce, and I asked the audience why do we need to study Charles Peirce? Why not other philosophers? And then I counted them. And I said, so the question is why. And then we went to categories. Why the categories are important. So these are some of the questions you can pick up and answer whenever you have you remember from yesterday. Anything you remember from yesterday, please tell it. What do you remember from my talk yesterday, from our talk at the end? Because at the end everyone started to talk. So that's my wish today, that you say, what do you remember?
Jungling computer. I remember.
You remember what?
Example of computer in the jungle.
What about the computer in the jungle? What happened with this computer and with the jungle?
When I saw the computer,
that you may be afraid, but the computer is so little. Why should be afraid of?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know. The answer I don't know will be from now on completely forbidden. You should say something. Could be very stupid, doesn't matter, but never I don't know, because I don't know stops the process of knowing. Anything else gives a channel for continuation. Anything, not I don't know.
Because the computer how was it came here?
Yes, very good, very good. That's a very good question. I didn't even know, it didn't occur to my mind. And you, Tuna, what do you remember from yesterday?
I can answer the why. Maybe.
Sure.
I remember that the Charles Sanders Peirce is saying to us, is giving to us a tool, that the tool is answering to everything.
Very good. Absolutely. Doesn't say, we should not say anything. By the way, the philosophers, and as I understand, we have a pure philosopher here. Thank you very much for your coming. The philosopher used to think that they have, that at least they try to answer to the question from the universe. Absolute all answers. They can try to answer to everything, like you said. It is not the case with Peirce. Peirce invented pragmatism, and he insisted that pragmatism is a method. Please remember this, a method for deriving meaning. Not a total theory, not a philosophy. Pragmatism is a method of deriving meaning, and we will see in what way. The way is concentrating in his so-called pragmatic maxim.
Again, please, pragmatism is a method
For deriving, outlining meaning.
meaning driving outline.
Yes, deriving meaning. It is not a philosophy. It is not a theory. One of the reasons in his late years, in his mature years, Charles Peirce renamed it. In pragmaticism was exactly this. He hated what his closest friend William James made of pragmatism. William James popularized pragmatism for the first time in print in his book Pragmatism. He produced the book Pragmatism, but he represented pragmatism as a philosophy, as a general theory of everything. And in order to differentiate it from James, to make a difference with James, Peirce renamed it in 1905 of pragmaticism, and his sentence is a word ugly enough not to be kidnapped by another close friends. Can you translate this? Or you don't understand me?
Exactly.
Pragmaticism, he renamed pragmatism to pragmaticism after 1905 because he was angry with James, and he said, this word is so ugly that nobody would like to kidnap it again, to take it again from me. Kidnap is abducted.
Peirce'ın arkadaşı varmış. William James. O isimlendirmiş bir şekilde. Ama Peirce başka şekilde isimlendirmiş ve dünya o kadar iğrençmiş ki Peirce'den hiç kimse dünyayı alamaz. Pragmatizm olarak hiç kimse alamaz.
Yeniden adlandırılmış. Yani Rene,
O ilk başta söylemiş.
Yes.
yani pragmatizm aslında var ama o yeniden adlandırdı. Yeni bir işlev verdi pragmatizm.
Yes. But we will talk about pragmatism not today, maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after tomorrow. I have a separate lecture on pragmatism and pragmaticism, not today. Today we will make a resume of what did we learn from yesterday. What did we learn from yesterday? Yesterday, we started to learn about categories. So first about Peirce. In the meantime, does somebody want to add something, to ask another question up to now? No. Okay, I will go to say some more words about Peirce himself. Why Peirce? Why Peirce is now actual philosopher, modern, current philosopher. Peirce is a terrible failure in his personal life. Terrible. He was a loser, typical loser. Although he was born as an aristocrat, American kind of aristocrat in this golden age, as we talked, his father protected all the time. His father was very high position in Harvard, was really very, very highly positioned. But when he died, Peirce lost his backward and he became a real failure. Although he finished Harvard, graduated from Harvard with summa cum laude, which means the highest mark, they did not hire him as a professor in Harvard. So instead, he worked in the American Coast Guard, measure instruments, something like this. And by the way, his first trip to Europe, to Istanbul, was because of this. There should be a full solar eclipse. You know solar eclipse? Solar eclipse?
Güneş tutulması.
Yeah, solar eclipse. It should have solar eclipse. And from this place where Peirce worked, they sent him to Europe to see from which place to put instruments to observe this full solar eclipse. That was the reason he came he traveled to Europe for the first.
Yani Peirce'in babası Avrupa'ya gönderiyor, oradan Türkiye'ye gönderiyor 1871'de. Orada güneş tutulması var. Güneş tutulmasında en iyi gözlemlenen bir yer buralar. O yüzden geliyor. O amaçla gidiyor. Yani çünkü babası astronomi profesörü.
Yeah.
O da Peirce o zaman genç bir yani 28-29 yaşlarda bir genç. O şekilde geliyor. Ama tabii çok okuyor, çok entelektüel birisi. Öyle geliyor. Yani zemine geçecek biraz daha.
So he's you see that this is not a job typical for a philosopher. He was in a role of an astronomer and mathematician, which he was all his life. So in his personal and in his administrative life, he was complete failure. He never had, almost never had, a job as a professor with a short exclusion. During his lifetime, he produced this, which I was wondering, 120,000 pages, manuscripts. How did he manage? This is absolutely unbelievable because in Peirce Edition Project, the place where they are going to publish everything by Peirce, they took all this, the number 120,000 pages and divided it mathematically into all days of his life. He died when he was 74. And it turned out that in order to produce such a great number of pages, he should written 7.5 pages each day from his life, including his first day when he was born, the day he was born. How is this possible? It doesn't seem possible for a human. Well, there are several explanations. He was writing all the time, during the day, in the evening, all the time he was writing. This is probably an explanation, but not true completely. To write so extensively, there is probably one more explanation, and I should tell you this explanation. He inherited from his father a terrible illness. He was ill all his life. It is called facial neuralgia, trigeminal neuralgia. it was very painful. When it comes, it's like a spasm, facial spasm. The face can stay like a mask from 3-4 hours up to 10 days. And it's always pain, pain, pain. In order to suppress this pain, the only medicine at that time was opium. So, at the age of 25, he was addicted, completely addicted. But the doctors used to say that it's also illumination, enormously workable. He worked because this is what the opium makes from the people. This is the explanation. Can you translate this, please? Did you understand it?
Yeah.
Okay. When it is about opium, you do.
Babası mı hastaydı? Kendisinin bir hastalığı varmış. Günün 4 saati boyunca yüzü katı bir şekilde kalıyormuş. Bunu geçirmek için de uyuşturucu kullanıyormuş diyor. Yani uyuşturucu gibi bir şey kullanıyormuş diyor. Doktorlar söylüyormuş. Aynı zamanda bu senin beynini de etkiliyor, düşüncelerini de etkiliyormuş. Bu bir açıklamaymış. Nasıl yazı yazdığını açıklamak için günde. 7,5 sayfa nasıl yazıyor diye.
Yani günde 7 sayfa yazıyor. Tabii o Tanzimat devri aydınlarının bir özelliği.
Yani
Mesela
kafası dağılsın diye işte.
tabii bizim Ahmet Mithat Efendi, mesela Namık Kemal, onlar da çok yazdı. Ahmet Mithat Efendi için de bir yazı makinesi olduğunu söylerler. O da çok yazmış. Yani günlük 6,5 sayfa düşüyor, ömrü boyunca. Yani ben herhalde doğudan yazmaya başlamadı. Yani
Çok acılıymış bir de yani. Tedavisi de yok.
Kriz geldiğinde 3-4 saatten 10 güne kadar yüzü kasılıyor. Maske gibi. Maske hali.
Spazm diyor.
Spazm. Yüz felç. Yüz felç. Kısa yüz felç.
So, the conclusion is, if you don't want to be like Peirce, don't use opium. Opium, yeah, could be any kind of drug at that time, drug which suppress the pain. The only anti-pain tool at that time, this is 19th century, they have opium. Only this, and opium makes you crazy. So that is, Aidan, does this answer your question to a certain degree?
It's still unbelievable.
That's true.
I take the explanation. It looks reasonable, but still looks impossible to me.
No. I understand. To everybody, but don't forget one word: genius. He was a genius. We are not. That's why we cannot explain to ourselves. Yeah.
Because this is just not writing. He is reading also.
Oh yes. He's very. He knew a lot.
That's because it looks impossible.
Of course, you should not take my words literally. That when he was born, he started to write, but when he wrote extensively, a lot of pages, and this is so unfortunate. Even he produced this amount of pages during his lifetime, because he was such a loser. He published just one book, which is in astronomy, not in philosophy. In 1878 appeared his only book, which is called Photometric Researches. It was about the measurements, the astronomy, but not about philosophy. The reason is that all the time after his father died, there are so many people who envy him. They were any kind of feelings against him, who does not allow him to feel free to order, to classify his writings and to publish them. It is interesting, the story towards the end of his life. He applied to Carnegie Foundation for something like a 1 year sabbatical and stipend, money. For this 1 year, his intentions were that he can order his manuscript and publish and prepare them for publishing. And guess who was in favor that he must get the grant? Carnegie himself, Lord Carnegie himself, was in favor for Peirce. The President Theodore Roosevelt supported him. And what happened? He failed. He didn't get the grant. So again, that's something which follows him because he was probably a genius. To me, the explanation, we are talking about genius, like John Dewey said. I talked to some guy, but I didn't understand a word what he talked, except that this person was a genius. So this probably says enough about Peirce's life. But nevertheless, he died in 1914. Long ago. Why are we bothering us to deal with Peirce? Why? What is interesting in him? First, he was a failure even posthumously, after his death. After his death, he was almost completely forgotten. Only in 1923, a small volume with Peirce's essay appeared, published by another very brilliant person, his colleague Maurice Cohen, with some essays on Peirce, but it passed unnoticeable only. Nobody really paid attention to this volume. And then another 60, 70 years, he was unknown. But in the meantime, another close friend of him, Josiah Royce, undertook a giant task to publish what was possible to be published by Peirce.
Please read the word. It's
The name of
yes.
the
Maurice Cohen.
Maurice Cohen.
On others and years.
Yes, I will. Okay. But I must. You should give me a huge board. This is not very important, but since you're a friend of mine, I'm going to write it. Maurice Cohen. In this year, he published a volume with a small volume with Peirce's essays under the wonderful title Love, Chance, Love, and Logic. Chance was first. Chance, Love. This should be end. Sorry about my handwritings. This is the first book in 1923 appeared for selection work. Did you find it?
Which
I was thinking that you're doing this.
I was just writing.
No, I don't do that. I was thinking that you're searching for the book.
There are a Morris Cohen.
Yeah,
in
Morris.
Türkiye.
Huh?
In Turkey, Morris Cohen in Turkey intellectual about Turkish Turkology, Turkologist and a researcher, Turkish history.
No, this is different. This is definitely different. This lived in Cambridge, and actually, in his origin, he was Russian.
Okay.
He was Russian Jew.
Not origin Turkey.
A Russian Jew who very much admired Peirce. He was also a very brilliant person, but he did this. And then another person, but Peirce's manuscripts were piled pages by pages, so piled like this in Harvard library. So Josiah Royce, another close friend of Peirce, took these pages and published something which is still, we still use this, which is called collected papers. Collected papers. Eight volumes. In 8 volumes. Collected papers are still in use today. They appeared, the first 5 from 1931 to 1937. The first 5 volume appeared. And then in only in 1958, this is not very important for you, the last 2 volumes. So altogether they are all 8 volumes. They are still in use, and if you read Peirce, you will always see the abbreviation CP5, for example, 285. This means collected papers. 5th volume, the passage 285, not the page. There are not pages, because Peirce never produced a book. This is the way his friends, his students, try to put all these pages together and produce these volumes. And in 1982, another ambitious project starts. In Peirce Edition project in Indianapolis, they decided that they should publish 30 volumes with Peirce's work under the name Writings of Charles Sanders Peirce. Writings of Charles Sanders Peirce. So these are the best. This is the best edition up to now. Writings of Charles Sanders Peirce. Up to now, there are 8 volumes, and you will find it under the abbreviation Writings. 1 and already page, let's say 15 pages. Writings, meaning Writings of Charles Sanders Peirce, volume 1, page 15. As I said, the project was about 30 volumes. 30 volumes. And it's still selecting. Only selected, not everything by Peirce, but selecting writings. Each volume consists of 500 up to 700 pages. So you can count this selection. But what was Peirce? A failure, a loser. 20 years ago, the state, American state, cut the project.
What?
No money. like always in the world. Actually, the immediate reasons was that they from Peirce Edition project, the equipe, the team, had constantly delayed the volume, and this made the state angry, and at certain point it said, okay, enough, and they are closed. Now, when I was in the United States in Peirce Edition project, the staff consisted of 18 people. 18 people. They have aides, they have editor-in-chief, CEO, a copyist, some people who were working in the archives, and it was enormous to see this. It's like everything in America is big, huge. They were in a bombshell because the manuscripts are old, and they were afraid not to damage the pages, the old pages. So there are rows, and on the rows, pages and pages and pages against light, so that they can copy every single letter to understand every single letter. And they worked and worked and worked. But this work is very exhaustive and probably not that much effective. And at certain point, they started to publish one volume every 7 years. 7th year, one volume. And this was a way too slow for the United States. And the fund, which is called National Endowment Fund, cut the aid, the money. But this is Peirce. Everything in Peirce is unfinished. And this is one of the main reasons to me personally, this time I'm saying to me personally, I love unfinished things. All genius did not finish their works. Once, if they are unfinished, you can finish it. You can try to build your own hypothesis upon what it is given, upon fundaments, which are what? Categories. Never mind the time. I will talk because my main purpose is that we together learn something. You can interrupt me from now on very often. Yesterday it was not good to interrupt me because we were putting the fundamentals, like in Peirce, categories. And I should say something which is important, but from now on, you can interrupt me and ask questions all the time. My goal here is about you. We together, you and me, have to learn something. Otherwise, it's useless. You're sitting here, taking naps, sleeping a little bit, and what? Another guy who passed by saying something. No, you should learn something. And once you go back home, see, wow, what was this about? What was Peirce? Can I use it?